Hi there, I'm Peter Hartman, and you're watching The Appreciationist, the pre-show, or you're supposed to be watching the pre-show right now. The pre-show starts at 6:45 p.m. and goes until 7 p.m. every Wednesday, Eastern Standard Time. Fortunately, it's 7 o'clock right now, so we don't have much time for the pre-show, but we're trying to get everybody in who wants to participate in and onto the show. So if you just hang in there a quick second, we'll get the show started in just one moment. The invitation has been sent out. If you followed the instructions that were listed in the description for this event, you would have added the Law of Attraction Montreal to your circles, and by doing so, you would have received an invitation here today. So we're going to be getting set up here right now, trying to make sure that everybody wants to come on board can come on board. If you're having any trouble, please post a message anywhere that you can find us, either on the Google Plus page live during the show, YouTube page, Meetup page, Facebook page. That's facebook.com/The Appreciationist, or you can go to theappreciationist.com/live show, live-show. Just go to appreciationist.com and you can post anywhere there. We'll see that. If you have any difficulty, we'll try to get you on board. Unfortunately, the pre-show is not here today, really, so there's not much technical support we can provide right now. But if you hang in there, if you keep trying, we can figure something out. Hey, how you guys doing?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, hi, Val.
Hi, Val. You're back, finally.
Yes, I'm so glad to see you guys.
I made it on, too. That's good.
I'm really happy. Good.
What?
Good.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Sam?
I said I made it on as well. I was having issues, and now it works.
All right. Well, good. Well, it seems that you've been able to get on it pretty much every week. Well, not last week, I don't think, but the week
Sometimes,
before.
yeah, a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. I have to get Sam into the show before I invite anyone else, or else we all have to jump ship. So
that's how it works.
Hey, look, sometimes computers can be glitchy. I'm very happy to work around any issues that come up. Hey, Viraj, how you doing?
Hi, Viraj.
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. How are you all?
Good, thanks.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm a little under the weather, so if you see me popping off, turning off my camera, it's not because I'm bored. It's just because I am gross. Let's say gross.
I'm a little bit under the weather myself, actually.
Me too. Me too. Yeah.
So I'm crazy for the seasons here in Montreal, and I try to make this a quick show for those of us who, can't cut it today.
There's a bit of an echo, but I don't know if it's maybe because it's my phone, and I don't know how long it'll last.
No, I hear the echo as well.
Let's do a quick test.
You do?
Viraj, okay, he muted his microphone. That's good. Can we hear the echo?
No.
No, it's gone.
No.
Okay, so it's probably his microphone. It's really because of the delay. So we'll just try to keep the mic muted if possible. Is that okay with you, Viraj?
It's on
Okay.
mute.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I know. Well, when you're ready to speak, of course, you can go off mute. Alex, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Good. Awesome. So we're going to start in just 2 seconds. I'm going to pop away. Just give me 1 second here.
No. No second.
I'm going to be running away at random because I have like 3 things cooking, so apologies ahead of time.
Just
What for dinner?
I told Peter as well, like, let's try and make it an on-time show because I'm low energy, he's low energy. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I got him sick, poor guy.
Oh, so it's all your fault.
Everything's your fault.
I blame me. I blame me.
Hey, my body may be weak, but my spirit is willing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Elvira is joining us here. We're going to let her take a minute. We're talking about clarity and the creation process here today. I don't know if there's much to say about it, but it's an important point that I'd like to make. It came up in one of our community discussions, and I thought it might be fun to make it here today.
So, Peter, do you have a cold?
Well, a cold has me.
Okay. No, I just think it's funny that today the subject is clarity. I mean, when you have a cold, you don't really feel like clear, you know?
Yeah, no, you know, I'm clear up here. My body isn't still though, but it's fine. It'll be fun. Okay, you guys ready to get started?
Yeah. Right.
Yes, I hear the echo. However.
Back again? Okay, so perfect. Alex is going to be right there in a second. So introductions, I'll make them for you. So I'll just say hello to everybody. You guys don't have to make your individual ones there. Moments of appreciation, I suppose we'll just go with volunteer. Is that cool?
Right.
So Alex, maybe we can just ask Alex to turn off his Alex.
Alex, if you could just mute your mic for a minute.
He doesn't hear us.
You can't hear us. I can mute him actually.
So Alex, when you get up and do things, you can mute. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he can hear us.
What?
Alex, when you get up to do things, you can turn off your camera and microphone. Right at the top, you'll see an option to do that.
Yeah.
So when you go away, we'll see your picture, so we won't see you cooking and stuff.
Well, if there's any trouble, I'll do it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you can do that to him. Do it now. Just for
He is
Do it now.
himself.
Do it now. Okay.
get rid of him. I'm teasing.
Okay, cool. So we're going to get started. We're going to get fair to go. We're talking about clarity and the creation process. Oh, my phone. Okay. All my notes. There we go. Okay. I can feel myself floating a bit. This is how you dab yourself when you're trying to look dainty. You just sort of pat yourself down. You don't do the whole full. Okay. I'm going to do that again, I'm sure. Here we go. Getting started. Hi, my name is Peter Hartman, and you're watching The Appreciationist. Thank you very much for joining us. Tonight's show, we're talking about clarity and the creation process. Like Val pointed out during the show, it's kind of funny that today we're talking about clarity. I'm a little under the weather, and I know a few of us are too. It's what happens here in Montreal. We're changing the seasons. We're into March. Spring is going to be.
There is an echo.
Yeah.
Echo. So yeah. So I will just try to keep it on mute. So look. Before we get started, let me just introduce our friends in the room. Alex, Beatty, Elvira, Samantha, Valerie, Viraj, and Will. Thank you for being here. Really happy to see you guys.
Happy to see you too.
Hey.
Thank you.
It's interesting how we have all these people now. It's really a lot of fun. So really glad to have you guys here. You guys interested in the topic of clarity? You guys have any idea what to talk about?
I'm unclear on it.
Okay, cool. We'll clarify that in 1 second. But before
That
we go,
is so Alex.
hey, so typical Alex. So we're going to be talking about that subject very soon. But the most important thing that we do on the show is, of course, a moment of appreciation. Moment of appreciation is a segment where we look back at the past week and we pick out something that we appreciate. It could be something that went well, or it could be something that didn't go so well that you can see some value in now. By exercising our appreciation muscles, we become that much better at activating it whenever we choose. So, you guys, anybody have anything to appreciate?
Yeah.
Beatty,
Can I go first?
please.
Yeah, so last weekend I did something to challenge myself, which is driving my friends to Saint-Adèle, Lake Masson, and we made it there. Okay, I got lost on the way twice. We did a little bit detour, but eventually we arrived only 10 minutes later than the other cars. And everything was fine, and skating was great, and I improved a lot because my friends bought me the knee pads and really helped me emotionally. So with those knee pads, I could skate faster. And also, it was very windy on the lake, and on the way back, skating on the way back to the chalet was hard. It was really hard, so I really have to push myself. And that's, in a way, helped me learning. And then on the way back to Montreal, I slipped off the road and I drove into a whole bunch of snow. And my car was stuck. I was stopped by the snow. I got stuck. And so my friend called a local towing truck. So I was lucky so that the car did not get damaged. I only had to pay for the towing and a little bit of balancing on the wheels. and there is not even a scratch on the paint. So in that terms, I was very lucky. I should appreciate that. Like a little bit of accident remind me to focus on driving when I'm driving and respect the speed limit. So that's that. And then also on Monday, I got a tooth infection. And now I only eat liquid food. So because I can only eat liquid, I'm having soup and yogurt. That's all I can eat. Otherwise, if I chew on something, it will hurt a lot. So you people are very lucky because you can all eat solid food.
I would totally be able to
Oh,
drink
my
smoothies all day.
That is hilarious. So I actually really like it when people go on these adventures and it doesn't go according to plan, because most people, they'll only go and do something new if they feel like it will go well. But I want people to do it even if it doesn't go well. You survive it, and you have a story under your belt. You have something more to grow from. And sometimes, you know, things happen. I get sick. You can't eat solid foods, but hopefully that will improve for you. But you gave me a nice laugh here. Thank you so much. I think I needed that. Thank you very much for sharing that, Beatty.
You're
And
welcome.
congratulations on going out there. Despite the snow troubles, I am actually very proud of you, and I think you did a great job. Excellent. Good. Anybody else have a moment of appreciation?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Anybody who can eat solid foods? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Elvira.
Okay. So I had moment of appreciation, of course, Indian dinner on Saturday. On Friday, sorry. But then I had another moment at the improv workshop. I'm grateful to Samantha. I told her already that it was a new activity for me and I wouldn't try it on my own. And I had a small moment of appreciation today when the power went off at work. So there was no light at all, and I appreciated my iPhone and the flashlight on it. So that's all.
That's very cool. I really like that. Yeah, the Indian dinner was a lot of fun. And isn't it great that we have these devices that can do all kinds of things? Like you have a flashlight in here, you get a calculator in here, you get a phone, all that stuff. Every now and then you need something that you haven't used before. I'm sure one day we'll use that as bottle openers, like pop open some beers. There's a lot that you can do with it, but really cool. The Indian dinner. Who else was there?
Oh, I was there. I liked it. It was a great restaurant.
It was cool. Yeah, and Alex
was there, Beatty was there, Elvira, me. Yeah.
That's very.
Wait, Sam was there?
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Elvira. Sam, would you like to jump on board with the Indian restaurant? Maybe that was a moment of appreciation for you.
We're gonna assume these things for me. Is that it?
Don't fight!
So yes, I have just a couple of moments of appreciation, which is my meetup group, Self-Discovery Montreal. The appreciation dinner that we did was so much fun. That was on Friday. A bunch of people, Indian food, talking about things we appreciate. Tom and Peter were there, being all loud and exciting, so that was pretty cool. The other one that Elvira was saying as well was the improv class. So that was extremely cool. We went to a improv workshop at Montreal Improv, and we tried all sorts of different activities, sort of things to learn to think on our toes, like learn to think without thinking, sort of thing, like just to react. And so we had all sorts of exercises to do, and it was definitely out of my comfort zone, but it was fun. Like it was interesting and exciting, and I felt like accomplished at the end. I'm hearing myself right now. Okay, now I'm not. Okay, and yeah, so it was those two things, my moments of appreciation. And the last thing is that I'm super excited this week. I have tons of life coaching sessions lined up, more than I ever have since I've begun my life coaching. So I'm extremely ecstatic. I feel like very proud of myself, and that things are really moving in the right direction. So with all of that, I think everything's moving in the right direction because I'm feeling so appreciative of my meetups and socializing with you guys and trying new things. And I think it's just the the law of attraction, I suppose.
It's really cool. I really like it every day. I wake up and I'm like, I have another session. I have another session. And one of these days, she'll probably say, "I have too many sessions." That's what happens when you pursue your interests and your curiosity and your dreams. Very, very cool. Thank you very much for sharing that. I'll jump in there for my moment of appreciation real quick. Tom, my brother Tom did his first stand-up comedy bit, his set, at an open mic on Tuesday, and that went very well. He did a great job. It was so much fun. It made me nervous for next week, but he did a wonderful job. And also the Indian restaurant, which was very tasty and very fun. I'm not really into eating very different foods, but it's always good to be around very different people. Who's next for moment of appreciation?
I'll go.
You'll go, Valerie. Yeah, you got one.
Yeah, I've got, well, kind of two in one. I'm very appreciative of the texting feature on my phone because my niece is here for 3 weeks, the eldest of the two, and as I was waiting for her at the airport, the other one, her sister, the younger one, was texting me the whole time. So waiting for them at the airport, and it took a long time, was actually fun because I was texting with my niece in France, and it was and she's funny, so she just entertained me. So that was a lot of fun. And then the other night I couldn't sleep, and so I woke up around 4 or something, and I checked my phone. I don't even know why, because I usually don't do that. And I had texts from my brother, but that made no sense, absolutely no sense. It was really not his kind of writing, and it was very weird. So I texted him back, and he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He said, "I'm contacting everybody on my list because my phone number, for some reason, and I don't know how that happens, but has been attributed to somebody else. It's been given to somebody else." Anyway, it was a big mess. So he was getting texts and messages from people, and it was not for him. So we were like part of conversations that we shouldn't even be into. So it was very strange. But as a result, I ended up texting my brother probably more than I've ever texted him, just talking about that. So I appreciated that because I had a communication with my brother, and we don't speak much. So that was fun.
Very, very cool. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's interesting how these glitches can pop up here, and how they can still be fruitful. They can still help you. You're at the airport waiting, and you have company. Your phone's not working the way it should, and you're able to text message. I like it when life goes the way you like it to, and I like when life doesn't go the way you like it. That is very cool. And so your trip was a lot of fun. You took a lot of good pictures. I know you were sending them to us. I really appreciated that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was beautiful. It's a beautiful area, so it was easy. It's actually Sam who told me. She said, "Send pictures." So I wasn't going to take my camera, and I did. And I'm glad I did, because then I ended up taking lots of pictures, and that made my trip even, I could appreciate it even more. So it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, we were appreciating them from here. I was like dying, looking at those beautiful sunsets, just so beautiful. My goodness.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice, and especially was the first. I mean, the day I got there, that night. So it was like, okay, that's it. It's done.
Yeah.
Also, very nice. Also, thank you for sharing that, Valerie. Viraj, do you have a moment of appreciation for us?
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to appreciate my friend Yash. Uh, Last weekend, my parents were out and I was alone at my home, and I don't have any plans. And my friend just came by, and I went to his house for 2 days of sleepover, and we watched movies. We remembered the old memorable days and all. It was a very good weekend. I didn't expected it to be so good. I thought it would be boring, but with the help of him, I just survived my weekend last weekend.
I really like that. Another survivor story. A very interesting theme here today. Awesome. Thank you very much for sharing that with us, Viraj. Will, do you have one for us? A moment of appreciation.
Um,
Yeah, I guess my moment of appreciation, I guess, will be this weekend. There's a seminar this weekend called the MMI, and it's a financial course, and it's a bunch of people who get together and sort of discuss. You listen to speakers talking about kind of like the psychology around money. So it's I've gone to the course a few times in Toronto, and
A
there's a
group
bunch
debate.
of great people there, and it's good. I don't know how else to describe it right now, but it's gonna be fun.
Oh, that sounds really cool to me. Viraj, did you have a question?
It's a kind of a group debate.
A group debate. Okay, I see. Very cool. Well, look, going to seminars, meeting a bunch of people, learning new information is always a lot of fun. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Will. I know Alex probably has a moment of appreciation for us here, but he's up and about. So, what do you guys think? 5 seconds? 4 seconds? 3 seconds? 2 seconds? Everybody's on mute. Okay. Did everybody share a moment of appreciation?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Awesome. When Alex comes back, then he can share his. But I think it's time for the joke of the week. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I think it's time for Alex's moment since he's back.
Oh,
Yes.
he's back. Put him back down
You
here.
unmute him, yep.
He'll have to unmute himself. I can't do it. Alex, last but not least, you have a moment of appreciation for us?
I have a few, but I'll make it fast-ish. So I did appreciate the Indian dinner with the comedy show after, who obviously cannot be repeated on this show. I was last month. They had a competition at my gym. I told a couple people where if you went 12 times throughout the week or throughout the month of February, you got entered to win some contest, and I got like a $150 gift card for a sports expert. So there's quite a few things I can buy for when it warms up. And I started the full improv class on Monday. It was kind of similar to the free class, but a little more advanced. And there was something else I appreciated in it that I've told other people that I cannot say on the show as well. So I will leave it at that.
You're very secretive tonight, huh?
How tantalizing.
Okay. I am Indian. What did you guys eat? Indian food.
So Peter and I had beef boona. We had pakoras.
Okay. Pakoda. Yes.
Onion bhaji.
Okay.
Samosa.
Onion.
Beef vindaloo.
And did you had the dal bhat?
No.
Rice. No rice.
Oh, normal rice. I don't know.
Garlic
Normal
naan.
rice. Yes. Normal rice and dal.
Yes, and naan bread. We had a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
We had one with
Yes.
a bunch of things, and everybody else ordered different meals. But yeah, it was very yummy.
Yes.
Probably
Naan
not
is
as
like
good.
a roti.
Sorry.
Naan is like a roti.
Mhm.
Roti. Okay. Let us move on.
Hey, look, you guys are making me hungry with all this food talk. So how about we pick the word for the joke of the week? Viraj, we were just talking about Indian food. This one here is our Quebecer food. Poutine, if you can see it here somehow, somewhere. I don't know. Poutine, or ambition. Poutine or ambition. What are we choosing?
Ambition.
Poutine.
Putin.
Ambition.
That's two on each side. Elvira, what do you say?
Putin.
Ambition.
Viraj says Poutine. Will?
Putin.
Viraj,
Yes,
I got you.
Putin.
Ambition.
Putin is a new word for me.
I think we should raise our
Sorry,
hands.
Okay, so let's go for Poutine. Raise your hand.
Raise your hand if it's poutine.
1,
Wait.
2, 3, 4 for Putin.
Yeah.
And we have ambition for 1, 2, 3. Oh no.
Putin!
Yay!
Okay, I think Putin
I think
won that
ambition
one.
was my word too.
We'll have to leave ambition for next week. Putin is going to be the one for next week. I'm picking the word for next week. How do you guys like the word groundswell?
What?
Does anybody know what that means, groundswell?
No, what is it?
No.
Groundswell is an expression that means, or is a word that it means when it comes from the bottom up. So you can have a groundswell movement in politics, a groundswell in medicine, a groundswell in education. You can have a groundswell in a crowd. It's when something starts from the bottom and then rises to the top.
Nice. I like it a lot.
I like the word groundswell, and I thought, hey, why not teach people what that word means? Okay, so cool. Potato this week, that's good because that is the funny joke. You have to give me a second. Hey, can you guys entertain yourselves for about 10 seconds?
Okay.
Thanks.
Somebody do a little dance.
I'm already doing it. Dan.
Yeah, me and Alex are dancing. You gotta join.
That's a very cute dance.
It's the cutest.
That is the laziest dance.
You know what?
It's better than you, Viraj. You gotta move. You gotta do something.
No, no, no. I am feeling
Just
sleepy.
move.
Whoa. Dance party.
Okay, I couldn't come back sooner. It was a little too much fun watching you guys.
Hey.
You know, these people are dancing without a music.
In our head, in our
I'm
heart.
dancing to the beat of my heart.
Very
They are
good.
the unique people.
Okay, cool. Here's the joke for Putin. I think it's a very funny one. It's a little bit, look, it's a little bit wordy, but we'll see how that goes.
Before you begin, there's an echo, so
Okay, so
Viraj.
Raj, you can use the microphone there. Test 1.
Yeah, it's good.
Good.
Okay, here we go. Putin. So there was a boy who worked in the produce section of a supermarket. A man came in and asked to buy half a head of lettuce. The boy told him that they only sold whole heads of lettuce, but the man replied that he did not need a whole head, only half. The boy explained that he would have to ask the manager, and so he walked into the back room and said, "There's some jerk out there who wants to buy only half a head of lettuce." As he finished saying this, he turned around to find the man standing right behind him. So he quickly added, "And this gentleman wants to buy the other half." The manager okayed the request, and the man went on his way. Later on, the manager said to the boy, "You almost got yourself in a lot of trouble earlier, but I must say, I was impressed with the way you got out of it. You think on your feet, and we like that around here. Where are you from, son?" The boy replied, "Minnesota, sir." "Oh, really? Why did you leave Minnesota?" inquired the manager. The boy replied, "They're all just whores and hockey players up there." "My wife is from Minnesota," exclaimed the manager. The boy instantly replied, "Really? What team does she play for?" What team did she play for?
Everybody's muted. Everybody's muted.
What was that?
I said everybody's muted, so you're not hearing the laughs.
Oh, okay, let's pretend that that's the reason why.
Yeah.
Okay, very,
I found it funny. I liked that. It was good.
I thought that was funny. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, so today we're talking about clarity and the creation process. But just before that, I wanted to be a little self-serving for our segment, What a Great Idea. In our segment, What a Great Idea, we point you towards an idea, a service, a website, an app, product that is worth your attention, because whatever we give our attention to becomes a bigger part of our experience. The reason this is self-serving is because we have a Jumpstart event. You can find more information about that at happyforchange.com/jumpstart. We'll be getting insightful, professional website advice. If you're ever at all interested in going online and starting a business online, or even you have a website and you'd like to know how to improve it, this is definitely, absolutely the event for you. You're getting the top quality advice from an expert in the field at a super, super low price. So go to happyforchange.com/jumpstart to check that out. Today we're talking about clarity and the creation process. And the reason I wanted to talk about that is because in our last meeting that we had, it was a new members only, the idea of how to make things faster, how to create things faster came up. And I know it's an idea that is very typical for this type of conversation, but I wanted to see your guys' opinion. When it comes to the law of attraction, when it comes to creation, when it comes to creating yourself or the what you desire, your dreams, what do you find makes things go faster, if anything? Is there anything that you do? Say again, Elvira?
Clarity. That's the one.
Yes, clarity, absolutely. Certainly, so I gave it away there, didn't I? Clarity really is, in my opinion, the clearer you are about what you want to do, the clearer you are about the pursuit of your dreams, the less sort of meandering you will be in terms of your thoughts and in terms of your actions. So clarity, focus, clear thoughts lead you to better thoughts faster and faster. When I talk about clarity in terms of the creation process, does that resonate with you? Does that make sense to you, that being clear-minded will help you create faster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah? Have you guys ever had the experience of trying to create something and you felt clear-minded, you weren't sort of hung up? Even if it was super small, right? You're trying to make a dinner, you're going on vacation, you're trying something new. Have you ever done something where you felt clear and noticed that it went pretty well?
Yep.
We need like a trick in the fact, I think. Where's Dimitri?
It's definitely yes. It's just I don't have an example to give you because I know if I say yes, you're going to say, "Oh yeah, tell me about it." So
well,
definitely.
I could give an example.
There you go. Good.
Yeah, Alex, please.
I guess when I started going to the gym in the morning and stuff, I kept trying to think of what my problems were. Like, one, I had to go to the gym, but two, I had these problems of I might work late, or I might have to go shopping, or I might have to go out after work, which was like in the chaos and thinking of the problems, it didn't come to me what the solution was. And then when I kind of stepped back and sort of cleared my mind, it's like, screw it, what am I actually trying to accomplish? And then I even just read somewhere the idea of going to the gym in the morning, and just because you read it once somewhere doesn't mean you'll go and do it, because that's a huge commitment. But because in that scenario I had sort of let go and just looked for what is the best solution to this problem, I've been going to the gym in the morning for like a month now. So
very good.
It was
very
obvious
good.
because of the clarity.
That is a very good example, right? I really like that. Something else that I'm thinking, Sam, you mentioned that I would pick on you, but I can actually do the opposite. I can actually tell you a time where you were clear-minded and that you were able to accomplish something in the same vein that Alex is talking about. When you had your Health Expo, the Healthy Active Lifestyle Expo, at the end of it, she was very tired, ready for the end of the day, a long weekend, and then her partner wanted to do a video thanking the people for coming to the event. She wanted to do a video, and one of the challenges Sam set for herself was to be on the Appreciationist, for example, because not everyone takes to being on video very naturally, right? Is that fair to say, Sam?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, right? Well, in one take, with camera and light in her face, she was able to be clear-minded, and in one take, she was able to do her whole thing. And I'm familiar with cameras and recording myself, and it still takes me more than one take in order to do something. So that, I think, it was an example where you just sort of, you got rid of the idea of I'm too tired, and you just said, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and because you did it, you were able to get through that. And I think something like that might have helped you even when you did the interview for CBC, right? When you're standing in front of the cameras, you have one take, you're standing right there, and you're being clear-minded. So I think you have very good examples of that.
I thought of something as Alex was talking and stuff. So one thing that I notice with clarity is that when I'm living tons of emotions or tons of negative emotions, and I'm having all these emotions, but they're because of what I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking things, I'm thinking, oh, I'm not good enough, or I'm thinking, oh, about this, or oh, what's going to happen. If I'm worried, if I'm concerned, I'm definitely not clear-minded, I'm not clear-headed. And so for me, one thing that I recently got back into is meditation. Meditation every day, just taking a time to stop thinking, to just focus on breathing, to focus on my body, to focus on just being with myself. And that's a way to just stop all of those thoughts, right? And so the more that I do meditation, or the more that I, am aware of being in the present moment and just thinking, what am I doing? I'm cooking my meal, I'm having a good time. I feel like I'm much more clear-minded, and then when something comes up, I can handle it much better. Any sort of crisis or any sort of situation, somebody calls me or whatnot, I feel like I'm able to handle it better because I'm not already lost in my head, lost in my emotions, lost in all of these thoughts that are not serving me. So I find that being in the present moment is a very good way to feel clear-headed and clear-minded.
I really like that. This question is for Beatty, Elvira, and Valerie. And Will, if you want to take a stab at this, you can. What circumstances can you put yourself in where you feel the most clear-minded? What scenario can you describe where you feel the most clear-minded? So, for example, Sam, it may be when she's outdoors. For me, it's at 2 a.m. in the morning. It could be when you're out with your friends. It could be when you're by yourself. What circumstances, maybe Elvira, Val, and Will, do you find yourself feeling more clear-minded than usual?
Okay, I'll go first.
Please.
Okay. I find when I have more confidence, I feel more clear-minded. Because if I don't have enough confidence, sometimes I come up with a lot of what if. What if this happens? What if that happens? And then I got a lot of negative projection of the future. And that's kind of, it's like interfering with my goal. So that just makes everything unclear because they are limiting beliefs.
That's right. That's right. Now, let me ask you this, Beatty. When you feel confident, do you feel focused?
When I'm confident, I feel I could focus, and I'm trying to focus.
I get it. That makes perfect sense. When you're feeling confident, you feel empowered to be focused. You feel better able to deal with what's going on, and you're finding that gives you the clarity. I really like that confidence. When you're feeling more confident, then you're feeling clearer-minded. Because the only way for you to feel confident is for you to not access or butt up against your limiting beliefs by focusing on whatever it is that causes you to feel empowered. I really like that. Elvira, what do you think? What circumstances do you place yourself in? How can you change things around you? What has occurred in your past where you felt clear-minded? What circumstances tend to bring that out for you?
Well, I'm always clear-minded except when I am emotional, when I'm angry or scared or nervous or want something really bad and put too much energy into that, then I'm not clear-minded. The rest of the time, when I'm okay, everything is fine, I'm clear-minded. What helps me on a physical level, it's, well, I like when my apartment is clean and everything is on its place, otherwise I'm not clear-minded. And also when I have a plan and I know the situation more or less. For example, when I was choosing the car, I decided, okay, I want to lease or buy the car. I went to the first dealership and I had no idea what the process would be. So I wasn't clear-minded. I didn't like the car and I didn't know what would happen. But when I already knew the process and I went to second dealership, I knew exactly what was going to happen and I was clear-minded and I made my decision. So that helps. Being familiar with the situation and having some sort of plan also helps.
Very good. I like that. That's a little bit on the same vein as confidence, right? The more experience you have with something, the more you've engaged with the patterns, engaged with the information, the more you've incorporated that, the clearer you can be about something, right? So if you're going to one car dealership, you're going to have a certain level of clarity than if you had visited 5 dealerships, right? And so I really like how experience is an important element for clarity. Sometimes you can appreciate that sometimes having an experience that isn't good, that you don't like, can actually bring you more clarity, right? right? Or you could have a relationship that doesn't go so well, and that gives you more clarity for what you do like. Your car can end up on the side of the street, and that just shows you how to drive slower to be safer, or whatever it is. You could go to the gym at night, and then you realize I don't like that, and you go to the gym during the day. All those circumstances can really so. I like the idea of experience because it doesn't demand that things have to go well. Your experience doesn't have to be good in order for it to be clarifying. So I really like that. Valerie, what do you think? What circumstances do you find yourself feeling more clear-minded?
I'm going to agree with everybody. I mean, Sam, when she says meditation, that's what helps me get back to being clear if I'm not, for example. So definitely meditation will help me. First, that like if I do it in the morning, then it'll help me at any time during the day for me to become clear again or to get clarity if I don't have it. Yoga does the same thing for me. It just slows everything down, and then I can be more present. But also, when you're engaged in something, and you guys talked about it, or when you really love it, so you're totally focused on it, you're very present with the action that you're taking. So that's also one. But as you were saying, of course, I remember, because you were saying when sometimes when it doesn't go well, you can also be very focused. And I remember a time where there was like an emergency situation. I was with some friends, and we were babysitting 2 little girls, and the alarm went off in the house as if somebody had gotten into the house, and it was a big house, so we had no idea, and we had like 2-year-olds to take care of. Believe me, we were focused and very clear in our heads about what we had to do. It's amazing, how clear it was. So that's yes, that's a good example as well. So what everybody said, I don't have anything else to add except that I agree with everything.
I really like that. What you said there is very perfect. It's actually the question that I wanted to lead into in terms of can a high pressure situation bring more clarity, right? Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it clouds your judgment. You get bogged down with I can't, there's not enough time. And there's other times where you're just sort of zoned into whatever you're about to do. I want to quickly ask you before we move up. Oh, Will's not here anymore, but or maybe Viraj can answer this question in just 1 second. But so we're working together with the flyers, right? And when we started with your flyers, you seemed far less clear about what you wanted until afterwards. Where along that process did you feel more? Did the clarity come about?
Well, you know me, I go with feelings.
I'm sorry, Valerie.
So it was really, if I looked at a picture or if I looked at the text, I'm still not 100% on the text, but it's just a feeling. I just know it hits home or it doesn't. So it's I don't know. You know what you don't want, and eventually you just find the one you really want. So it's all a matter of a feeling, and it just hits the target for some reason. But yeah, it's fine tuning all the time, and then eventually you get really clear on something. Yeah, it was all on a feeling. That's how I go about it.
Good, I really like that. So again, feelings, loving, being, and to whatever degree that you love something, you can be more focused and more clear-minded about it, and then it speaks to you, it hits home, trusting your feelings. I really like that. Viraj, when it comes to clarity of mind, do you find that you feel clearer when you are, under pressure, or are you clearer when you're sort of free from pressure? Where do you find yourself feeling more clear?
I feel myself more clear when I work with my heart. I work what my heart likes. Like if I am just looking for a job, if I just take up any job that is available in the market or the industry, I will not, do it by heart. But if I get a job of software programming in VB.NET, that is the kind of skill I really love to do. I am very passionate about .NET. So if I do it by heart, so it is very clear that my passion will thoroughly take me to every step of success. So it's the heart that works behind every hard work.
Excellent, excellent. I really like that. Leading with the heart is always a wonderful way of going through life, because I do believe. Look, I'm going to say my piece on the subject. I know people have to go, so I'll let you guys go in just a short second. But I want to let you know, when you're leading with the heart, when you're doing something because it feels good, not only because you see the reason in it, the logic in it, but also because it feels good, and you lead with that. Then you're going to find yourself presented with opportunities, presented with avenues that you can go down, and you're just not going to go down this one. Despite what people tell you, you're not going to go down that one because your heart's not in there. You're going to go down another road. And because you go down this other road that takes your heart with you, you can rely on your intuition. You can rely on the subtle messages that your subconscious mind sends you. You can rely on the vast database of unconscious experience that you have access to guide you along your path. And so that's why we talk about trusting yourselves, having faith and loving yourself, not because you're leaving it up to some universe who's going to do it for you, but because by relying on yourself in your most natural state, trusting in your feelings first, you can bet that the decisions that you're going to be making, right or wrong, good or bad, yielding positive results or not, will always encourage you to grow and learn and develop a clarity of understanding what are your thoughts telling you, what are your feelings telling you, what is the situation telling you, does it speak to me, does it hit home? And those people in our lives that I feel are successful, I feel like they've understood that. They lead with, they talk about gut instinct, they talk about their first impressions, and I think that's a very important lesson for us to practice and to take home. If you want your creation to happen faster, if you want to use the law of attraction in a far better way, having a clarity of thought is better. It's like walking in the forest and knowing where you want to go, as opposed to walking in the forest and just sort of finding your way by feel. There's nothing wrong with either case, but by mapping out where you want to go, you develop a clearer and clearer way forward. Look, there's a lot more that we could say about this. I'm sorry I'm a little under the weather. Maybe we'll do a repeat again, talking about this conversation of clarity and getting more into the creation process. I really like it. I want to thank you guys for coming out, but real quick, I want to ask you guys, what's for dinner? So what's for dinner? You can tell me something good that you ate in the past 7 days or tonight. So something good that you ate in the past 7 days. I don't want to just hear what you ate. I want to hear something that was good that you ate. And if there is nothing, tell me what you would like to eat. What's for dinner, guys?
I am making poutine.
Oh.
You would.
So I'm making poutine with salad, and then I'm gonna have a bunch of grapes, and then my dessert is a bunch of grapes. So I'm trying to like, I make myself feel better by having like poutine, but then I'm like, oh, but I'm having salad, and then I'm having a bunch of grapes. So that's my meal, and I'm looking forward to it.
So you're ruining.
It's a healthy meal, kind of.
Yeah, it's potatoes. That's what my dad says. He told me he had a meal the other day, and I was like, "Where's the vegetables?" He's like, "Potatoes, Sam." Like, potato. No, he said French fries. It's potatoes. It's a vegetable.
Not quite, but I feel like you're ruining your potato with the vegetables and fruit. But that's just me. I really like that. What's Viraj? What's for dinner?
Well, I ate omelette last week when I was with my friend. Yes, it was very awesome, and you know, it was very proteinous. It was very proteinful because basically I am vegetarian, so I am not allowed to eat. But it's okay if I eat outside.
You're like Sam, you're cheating a little bit. I like that. What's for dinner? Did you do anything good, Val? Anything good?
Oh, yes. Not in the past week, but on vacation, I went to one of my favorite restaurants in the States. It's called Carrabba's. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right, even though it's C-A-R-R-A-B-A, no, 2 B's, A-S. It's a plug, but it's a franchise in the States, and it's supposed to be an Italian restaurant. It's fabulous. The meal I had was lentil soup, and I love that. I think I had sirloin steak with wine sauce and mashed potatoes with bacon in it. It was just to die for. It was so good. And my dessert was something I tried, and it's homemade custard with raspberries and some kind of raspberry sauce, and it was, again, to die for. So it's just thinking about it, I'm like, oh, I gotta go again. Except this is a chain that's like mostly in the south of the States, but anyway, I'll drive down.
Can I come with you?
Oh, sure, you're welcome.
Road trip. We'll let Beatty drive.
Road trip. Yeah, Beatty will drive us.
Oh yeah, appreciation road trip.
Yeah.
Beatty, what's for dinner? Eat anything good?
Yeah,
soup
I have a
and
lot
yogurt,
of
right?
good stuff. I have my baklava. I have a roast chicken. I have bacon in my fridge and dumplings. But you know, I have to have soup tonight.
Oh, that's cool. Alex, what's for dinner?
So last week I went out twice. once with the Indian dinner and once with some coworkers. And I showed you a picture. I had this ice cream sundae with like a caramelized banana and a brownie and jam, and it was fantastic. Except now with the wellness competition going on at work, anytime I hear food, my mind considers the nutrient breakdown and the numbers involved in it. So it's a numbers game in my head. So now I'm not eating food anymore. Now I'm eating numbers. I know how many carbs and protein and everything I need, and that's all that matters.
It's funny. You're like the Rain Man of food now. Pretty cool. Very nice. I like
What
that.
Indian food did you had?
I had the beef vindaloo. It was pretty
Okay.
spicy.
Very
Okay.
nice. Vero, what's for dinner?
Me?
Yeah.
I had pizza. I mean, I'm going to have pizza.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
sushi on weekend.
I like that. A nice, normal American-style meal, some pizza. I really like that. Very cool. I shouldn't pick on anybody else. You guys are doing good things too. We have a friend here who just joined us. We're just heading out right now, but Yash.
Hello, Yash.
All right, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. We're heading out the door right now, but I wanted to thank you for coming out. I don't know if you can hear me.
He's not moving.
Thank you very much for being here. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Show starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what time that is for you guys, where you guys are at. But I really appreciate you coming out. I ate French toast with merguez sausage, old cheddar cheese, strawberries for the past 4 days, and I've been loving it. Today was my last one, and I don't know what I'm going to eat next. I'm really addicted to that, so it's very, very cool. Thank you guys for coming out. I hope you had a fun time. Take care.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey Yash.
Yeah, bol.
શું કરે?
Hey everyone. I guess someone is there.
Yeah, we're still here. People are dropping out right now, but
Time to say goodbye.
guys, so
Bye bye.
I've got to go.
Yeah, bye everyone.
Bye.
Here.
Good day.
ક્યાં જાય છે?
Bus, I have a lab. Java
લેબમાં
lab.
છું એમ?
No, I'm not. Right now, I'm not in lab. So, Sena per
I'll see you
conversion
guys
to. Sorry, I could not hear properly. Pardon, please.
Sorry about that. Take care, guys. Thank you for coming here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, that was very interesting. I'm going to go cough and blow my nose like crazy right now. Look, take care, you guys. Had a lot of fun. I have to let you guys know real quick what's coming up. Woof! Let me see if I can do this. You guys are very nice for sticking in there with me. February 26th, no, we're past that. March 4th. March 5th, Taking Action, community discussion. I think it's full, but you can check that out. March 6th, we have a grand opening celebration. We're going to be seeing the True Self Center. So that's another group that's doing this. That should be March 6th. March 7th, Confronting Our Beliefs About Money, Well-Being, and Material Needs. I think that's also full March 7th, but check that out. March 14th, we have another installment of the Jumpstart event for insightful and professional website advice. You can find all of this on theappreciationist.com, forchange.com, and thelawattraction.ca. Take care. Bye. Have a nice night.